I've made some decisions that were costly. I had no idea that by the time I got off that plane in Miami, my career was over. My envy had consumed me. And even now, I still have wobbles where I think, what do people really think about me? If I had social media and I'd done that, I'll be done. My demons did not leave me because I knew everything I was doing was a lie. Thank you. For those of you who are familiar with me, my name is Dwain Chambers, and I've been an international athlete for the best part of 30 years. I've been blessed with running with athletes such as Carl Lewis, up to the great Usain Bolt. But yet the person who you saw on the telly grinning and smiling and taking all the applause was not the same person who had to look in the mirror when I closed that door. So if you were told that the contents in this syringe would take you from number 5 in the world to number 1 in the world, would you take it? If you were told that the contents in these 2 vials were undetectable, you'd be unstoppable and you would never get caught, would you take them? Why would somebody like myself take these? I was already at the top. I had no reason to take anything beyond this. The athlete envies the athlete. The worker envies the worker. The fact that other people were getting all the praise forced me to start thinking what I wasn't getting and focusing on what they were getting. I chose to neglect all the hard work I'd done in the past to get me to this point, all the people that had helped me get to this point, all the sacrifices they had made to get me to this point. And at the tender age of 22 years old, I said, right, that's it. I want to know what these other athletes are doing. What's making them so much superior? What's making them faster? I want to get even. Myself and 29 other athletes who were using the same program all was handed a 2-year suspension from sport. And based on the nature of the country I was participating in or representing, Great Britain, I also received a Commonwealth and Olympic ban for life. So I spent 2 years freaking crying. I'm not afraid to say I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried. My response to a lot of these journalists was, it's unfair that I can't compete in the Olympic Games. I should be able to go and do that. And every time I responded in that way, I was faced with situations where I would wake up the next day and I'd be faced with newspaper articles that were this big. It was then that I realized when I looked in a newspaper article, I saw an angry picture of me pointing fingers, blaming other people for my own actions. It was then that I found a remarkable solution to my problem. It came in the form of 4 fingers and 1 thumb. Every time you find yourself pointing a finger at other people, blaming them, there are 3 fingers pointing back at you, asking you 3 key questions. Why am I here? What am I going to do about it? And where do I start? I had to address this one. Why am I in this position? I'm in this position because I chose to dope. I had to own up, I had to confess, and I had to firstly be honest to myself. I'd done this because I was afraid of losing. I made those decisions because I didn't want to get left behind. I wanted the fame and glory, and I was envious of other people. Once I'd addressed all these 3 issues, there was no need to blame. And the finger up indicated that I was good to go. Whenever you're faced with a situation, all you have to rely on is 4 fingers and 1 thumb. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.